Hey gang, Dave Spalding, Handgun Combatives. I run a company that teaches the combative application of the handgun. I try to stay in my lane. I don't try to venture out. I try to stay with what I know. A lot of people ask me, why don't you teach carbine classes? And the reason I don't teach carbine classes is because I never used a carbine in the street. When I was a law enforcement officer, when I was a SWAT team member, I used an HK MP5, a gun I still happen to like, but is no longer really in use. If you want an MP5 class, I can probably do you a pretty good job. But as far as using an AR-15 carbine, I've got no frame of reference, no practical experience. What I would basically be doing is I would be recycling stuff that I got from other trainers. And I hate to do that because when it comes to the combative application of the handgun, I think I have some unique ideas because I've carried one for over 4 decades. So I try to stay in my lane, but many instructors don't. It's really unfortunate that there's a lot of people out there that are trying so hard to get your training dollar that they'll just go in about any direction. And they'll say most anything, and they'll do whatever it takes to grab your attention. You know, I'm too old to try to grab your attention. I'm not really good looking. I don't really look good in a tactical beard and all that kind of stuff. You know, I am what I am, but I'm comfortable in that. I also believe as an instructor, my job is to help you develop your skills. Not for me to stand here and dictate to you how you're going to do something. You know, the solution that you come up with, there's a good chance that it's probably the best one. So I try to help you arrive at decisions on tactics, techniques, procedures by giving you some suggestions via my lesson plans that am based on a lot of years of looking into actual pistol fights. I think that's important. One of the things that I have found over the years is the instructor that can help you get an image in your head of what they're trying to do, they're going to have much greater success in getting you to understand the skill they're trying to project to you so that you can go back and practice it and anchor it. Because let's face it, 2, 3, even a 5-day pistol class, you're not going to get enough repetitions of any particular skill to anchor it. All you're going to do is get introduced to that skill. And then it's going to be up to you to go back on your time and your ammunition, practice it, anchor it, master it, do all those things to a level of unconscious competence or automaticity. But you have to have a good understanding of that skill so that you can go back and do it. If not, then it was all a waste because you're going to be going back and, what did he say? What was it I was supposed to do? So being verbally, visually descriptive in such a way that you get an image in your brain is so important. But how do you do that when so many people are trying to be impressive by coming up with scientific sounding, nonsensical speech that, to me, confuses the whole thing? It's not dumbing down your training to help make it simple. Simple is the best way to go. Simple is easier for me to explain to you. It's easier for you to comprehend, to go back on your time. It's easier to master and anchor with a limited amount of training time. So simple is good. But when someone says to you, say we're getting ready to practice the draw stroke, and they tell you, draw your pistol to a position of biomechanical stop. The hell does that mean? Now, some of you younger guys are out there going, oh yeah. Yeah. But guys in my age bracket are going, huh? What if I said something like, draw your pistol until it won't fold anymore? Now, which one of those two phrases gives you a better visual image as far as being verbally, visually descriptive? Well, that choice is up to you. Or how about we're doing a stoppage clearance? Now, a lot of people say, well, stoppages seldom happen in pistol fights. That is true. But if it does happen, you need to clear it really fast. So when someone's doing something, trying to teach that to you, and they something like, if your pistol stops, initiate a non-diagnostic linear stoppage manipulation and then check the threat to see if additional force needs to be applied. Huh? How about if your gun quits working, you tap the magazine, you roll it over, pull the slide back, clear out the garbage, let it go, upright it, get a good solid two-handed grip, and then look around to see if anybody else is trying to kill you. Which of those two is more verbally, visually descriptive? I know which one sounds more cool, which one sounds more neat and all that kind of stuff. But when you're trying to prepare, and that's what training is, it's preparation. When you're trying to prepare for the most serious situation you will ever face, do you want scientific, nonsensical jargon to be bouncing around into your head? Or do you want phrases that are verbally, visually descriptive that will help you get the picture you need so that you can fight back successfully, so that you can train and practice to a level of automaticity? Well, folks, that choice is up to you. But at Handgun Combatives, we'll always err on the side of simplicity, on being verbally, visually descriptive, and making it as easy as we can for you to prepare for what may be the most serious situation you will ever face. Dave Spaulding, Handgun Combatives, thanks for checking in.